call yourself a man? You know you're a lying, low-life, motherfucking gambling degenerate prick. You know that's what you are?
Well, hello you degenerate fucks, and welcome to The Degenerate Gambler. It is Thursday the 10th of February, just here with another episode. Looking back, I'd say we bet it last week, which was another week to forget. I think the only bet that I had that was even close was a bet builder that I did in the Liverpool game, where one Cardiff corner dummy out of the bet. So yeah, I'm in a bit of a slump at the minute. Even last night on Wednesday night, I had a bet where I had 4 early payouts in the first half, and I had Hearts to win, they were winning 1-0. Kilmarnock to win, they were winning 1-0. Both teams end up coming back, the away teams, and winning. Both those teams were beat. But I say it's just you know, a bad patch. Hopefully I'll get through it soon. But as I say, I have tapered my bets off a wee bit. I've done a few less bets. I'm trying not to go mad during the week doing too many, and I've cut a wee bit away at the weekend as well, just till I can sort of get a bit of the bookies' money to play with. So this will be quick today because I'm not going to really review last week's bets, because as I say, most of them were terrible. The only bet to say that really was close was that it was only for 50 quid too. It was on the Liverpool game. The other bets weren't close at all. Also, before I get into my picks for this week, I've only picked my main bet this week. I've been quite busy this week. Haven't had a chance to pick the overs bet. So I will, once I have it picked, I'll release it early, and then I'll release the main bet 2 o'clock on Saturday. But obviously, if you're listening to this, then you're going to get it now. So I'll look again, as I always do, at the favourites from last week. Who won, who drew, who got beat. So it was FA Cup last week. There was 15 games over the weekend. That was Saturday and Sunday. 7 favourites won. There was actually 4 draws, and there was 4 outsiders won. So 4 draws was, I think both 2 of the games on Saturday were draws of 2 early games, I think. Chelsea and what was the other one? I can't remember. It's went out of my head. But so with 15 games, 7 favourites, 4 draws, 4 outsiders, which is not bad. But for FA Cup, when there's a lot of them, there's prices in there ranging from City at 2 to 11, and there was 1 to 7 Palace ones. So you expect that to be higher. But yeah, sorry, the other game was Chelsea drew and Kidderminster drew. Do you know what I mean? That was Plymouth were 16 to 1 to draw. Kidderminster 5 to 1. So yeah, just not great there. But anyway, so Championship, there's only 3 games and all 3 favourites won. League 1, there was 9 games, 6 favourites, 2 draws, 1 outsider. So that's pretty good. League 2, 3 favourites, 3 draws, 3 outsiders. So a kind of mixed bag there of everything. National League was exactly the same. 3 favourites, 3 draws, 3 outsiders. So in total that was 22 favourites, 12 draws, 11 outsiders out of 45 games. That worked out at about 48.8%. So below 50. Again, less games than normal, with it only being 45. We're usually in around the 50 mark or slightly over in a normal week. So again, as I say, it was we're back this week, obviously, with a full fixture list: Premier League, Championship, League 1, League 2, National League. So more to choose from this week. So I'll go on to my pick for this week. I've placed this bet already. It's 11.4 to 1. And so we'll start with is Fulham, who are away at Hull. Fulham obviously sitting top of the league. Hull changed their manager and stuff. Have had one or two decent results, but form ways, Fulham are top, Hull are mid-table. Fulham at home, Hull at home. They'd won 2 in a row. They beat Blackburn, they beat Swansea, but they were beat there the other day, or Saturday, against Preston. And Fulham away, Fulham lost against City, obviously, but they had won 2 before that. They won 3-2 against Stoke and 7-0 against Reading. So pretty good home form. Hull beat them in 2020 away from home. The other games go back to 2016, 2017, so there's no point really looking at that. So they are 4-6. Next is Wigan. Wigan are at home to Charlton. Wigan currently sitting second in the league, Charlton 13th. Charlton actually in better form than Wigan. 10 points in the last 5. Wigan have only got 8. So they are on a bit of a blip. But Wigan's home form's pretty decent. So their last 5 at home. They drew against Oxford, which is a hard game the other day. It was in the 1st of February. 1 each. But they won the 3 before that. Including beating Blackburn. I think that might have been... Was that in the Cup? So, pretty good home form. And even though Charlton's form is good, their away form's not great. Beaten by Bolton on Tuesday night. They beat Portsmouth. They drew in the Cup. They drew, and that was against Hartlepool, and then they end up losing. They drew against Cheltenham, and then they were beaten by Crewe. That's the last 5 away. So I say, even though Charlton's form is good, it seems to be a lot of those points have been gathered at home because they only have 1 away win in the last sort of 5. And that price in that one is 4-5, which I thought was too big to miss up or pass up. Next, I'll go to the National League, and it's Torquay. Torquay are away to Dover. Torquay currently mid-table, they're 11th. Dover are bottom. Dover had points deducted and stuff as well. Form ways, Torquay 10 points from 5 games. Dover only 3. Torquay's away form not great for the season, but they have won their last 2. So they beat Altrincham and they beat Yeovil, both 2-1. Dover's home form, 1 win in the last 4 away from home, and that was against Eastleigh. They lost to Southend in their last game. They beat Eastleigh, and then they lost the 3 before that. So hoping that stays the same. Next one, staying in the National League, is Chesterfield. Now, Chesterfield are a team I like. I've backed them a lot. Are on a bit of a dip. They've only got 8 points out of 15, but they're playing Weymouth, who have 2 points from 15. Weymouth have lost their last 6 home games. Chesterfield, as I said, they have been in a bit of a dip, but they drew their last game against Stockport, which is Stockport are also up the top of the league. Stockport are actually top. Or no, actually, sorry, was that the... sorry, just let me look at that. Overall, yep, Stockport are top. And also Stockport are top of the form table. So, Chesterfield, as I say, they're away form. They drew with Stockport in the last game, and then they beat Eastleigh the game before that. So their home form the last couple has been decent. Then lastly, the price on that one is 8-15. And the Torquay price was 11-20, so it's just a bit over 1-2. And then the 8-15, that's very similar in price as well. Lastly, it's National League North, and it's Gateshead. Gateshead are away to Alfrington. Form ways again, I'll have a look at that now. Yeah, so Gateshead are currently sitting top of the league, joint top of Brackley, 3rd in form. Alfrington are way down 18th in form. Gateshead's 2nd best home record versus 17th best home record for Alfrington. Form in the last 5, Alfrington drew their last game. They won the game before that at home, but then they have a couple of draws and a loss in the 3 before that. Gateshead drew their last game against York away from home. and then the 3 wins and a defeat in the 4 before that. So, decent. But again, it is that part of the season where there's teams who started well who are falling away. There's teams who are going on runs, teams who've got new managers and stuff. So it is hard to pick form sometimes when there's a lot of things happening. January transfer window just happened, so people sign new players. Yeah. So I say that's the bet that I've picked. I haven't picked my overs bet yet. I haven't had time. I'll probably get a pick tomorrow, and then I'll release it right away since it's not on here, because that's the whole point of listening early, to get the bets early. Before I go over a look at next week, to see what we'll have on the midweek, but also I wanted to talk a wee bit about Derby, because at the minute, I'd backed Derby for a draw. I can't remember what day that was, probably Tuesday, and they actually won. But if you look at the prices, Derby are being priced as if they're in the relegation zone, which they are. But they're in the relegation zone because they got minus 21 points. If you look at form, Derby are actually sort of mid-table, 15th, and they have had poor form. They were actually sitting about 5th or so, because they obviously beat Hull the other night, but they lost 2 and drew 1 before that. But their form had been good. They had 3 wins, a draw, then they were beaten, then the win, lost, draw, lost, win. So that sort of wee 5 or 6 there, where the lost, draw, they only had 1 win and sort of 5. But yeah, they're being priced as if they're down and out and that they've no chance. And it's just something that keep an eye on. Looking at Saturday, they play Middlesbrough and they're 15-4, so they're better than 3-1 against a team. Middlesbrough 7th, okay, but they've 10 points out of possible 15. Derby have 7. So yes, should there be 2-1 maybe? Yeah. 3-1's a big price. You'd get a great price there for plus a goal. And looking at Middlesbrough's recent home form, they're pretty good. Like they've won 5 in a row. But I just think it's something that I'm going to keep an eye on myself. And when there's games that look like they could possibly win, and they're highly priced, I might back them. But yeah, so that was just a wee thing I'd noticed, and a few of my friends and stuff were talking about, saying like that big price they were the other night of 5-4, 6-4 to beat Hull. Another struggling team. So next Tuesday, what do we have? Okay, we have a Premier League game, 3 Championship games, 3 League 1, 3 League 2, 6 National League games, a couple in the National League North and South, 2 Champions League games, which are PSG Real Madrid, which looks like a bit of a really good game. Early prices on that: PSG even money at home, Real Madrid 23-10. Do you know what? That's a great price for Real Madrid. And then City play Sporting, they're 1-3. Not really worth backing there. There's an Irish Cup game on Tuesday, Scottish Premier League game, and 3 Scottish League 2 games. So pretty big night there. There's enough for at least one bet anyway. Wednesday, not nearly as much. There's a Championship game, and there is a League 1 game. There's also 2 more Champions League games, which is Inter versus Liverpool and Salzburg versus Bayern Munich. Early prices there: Liverpool are around about 11-10, Inter 12-5 at home, which is a huge price, but I do expect Liverpool to beat them. And then Bayern versus Salzburg. Bayern are 3-10, which is basically like 1-3. Salzburg 8-1. I wouldn't expect too much there. And then Thursday, so 8 Europa League and 8 Europa Conference. So I don't know, maybe enough for one bet there. That, and Wednesday, I'm not even sure if there's enough for a bet there. You maybe do a bet if you fancy any of those Champions League games. Say if you fancy Liverpool, and the Championship games, Peterborough Reading. Maybe fancy over 2s. So you maybe do two on Wednesday night and 3 or 4 on Thursday night, but I don't think there's enough for a bet on Wednesday on its own. So yeah, so that's basically it anyway. As I say, I'll get this other bet picked and I'll get it put up as soon as possible. But in the meantime, it just leaves me to say, if you are doing a bet this weekend, good luck and happy punting.
Here, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, thanks. Let me find out you fucked up. I'll leave you wherever I find you.